In today's news, Premier Wheatley says Ulger appointment bypassed due process. Deputy Governor Archer appointed acting governor in PRUCE'S absence. Premier calls Uber SOCA cruise worth it for VI exposure. And Jamaica and the wider world mourn the passing of reggae legend. These and more stories when 284 News returns.
At Higher BVI, we're not just about business. We're about empowering lives, and that is because we aspire to inspire. By choosing us, you're supporting a company that believes in equal opportunities, diversity, and community growth. Our mission goes beyond profit. It's about providing HR solutions, fostering talent, and leaving a positive impact. Join us in building a better future, a better BVI. Choose Higher BVI, where your support isn't just a transaction, it's a transformation. Together, we're changing lives in these beautiful Virgin Islands.
We mash the gas, them bite the dust. We set the speed while they gathering rust. Inside we heart BVI come first, so please don't be fooled cause they not like us. Once we mash the gas, them bite the dust, cause we always fast and we always fuss. If you want real speed, you know who to trust. Somebody better tell them they're not like who? They're not like us. CCT fast, like CCT fast, like CCT just generosity, love the community bad, like CCT first with the 5G, cause BVI is we.
Welcome to the Tuesday, November 25th edition of 284 News. I am Jacques Wooding Donovan, bringing you the latest out of the British Virgin Islands. Thank you so much for joining us. A government UK dispute over the leadership of the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force has escalated as Premier Dr. Natalia Wheatley says he has openly questioned the removal of Acting Commissioner Jacqueline Vanterpool and urged stronger democratic authority for the Virgin Islands. More in this report. Premier Dr. Natalia Wheatley has raised concerns over the recent decision to appoint Richard Ulger as Acting Commissioner of Police, replacing Jacqueline Vanterpool, who has been reassigned to her substantive role as Deputy Commissioner. The move prompted public protest across the territory, with residents questioning the rationale behind the sudden change, linking it to racism and sexism. Speaking at a recent press conference, Premier Wheatley said he has met with Stephen Doughty, the UK minister responsible for overseas territories, as well as Governor Daniel Pruce to discuss the matter. According to the Premier, he made it clear his disagreement with the appointment and the approach taken.
Yesterday I had a call with the minister responsible for the overseas territories, Stephen Doughty, and I've been in dialogue with the governor on the matter via both Cabinet and the National Security Council. I respectfully express my disagreement with the decision to move forward with Mr. Ulger's appointment. The Police Service Commission has made a recommendation to the Governor for the appointment of a substantive police commissioner, and that recommendation will be coming to the National Security Council imminently.
He argued that it would have been more appropriate to allow the National Security Council to complete the ongoing selection process before installing an interim commissioner.
While the governor is within his constitutional rights to act contrary to the advice of the Police Service Commission and the National Security Council, subject to providing reasons as to how this advice prejudices His Majesty's service, I am concerned that the way that the governor's discretion has been exercised is not in keeping with the modern partnership that the United Kingdom has committed to. I also believe that the process of appointing a police commissioner has been poorly handled and does not reflect transparency, good governance, or sensitivity to the legitimate concerns of the people of the Virgin Islands.
The Premier added that the situation highlights what he describes as the need for constitutional reforms that would give the Virgin Islands greater democratic accountability. Meanwhile, the public is advised that Deputy Governor David Archer Jr. has been appointed acting governor of the Virgin Islands from Saturday, November 22, 2025 to the 23rd of December 2025. During the absence of Governor Daniel PRUCE. PRUCE will be out of the territory for 1 month as he attends the Joint Ministerial Council, after which he will proceed on his annual leave. Archer's oath of allegiance and oath for due execution of office were administered by Her Ladyship, the Justice Angelica Tilak Singh, in the presence of Governor PRUCE. The appointment is made in keeping with Section 37 of the Virgin Islands Constitution Order 2007, which provides that when the governor is absent or otherwise unable to perform his duties, the deputy governor shall act in the office of governor and shall perform the functions of that office accordingly. Archer will carry out the full responsibilities of the governor's office through the designated period. In other news, Premier Dr. Natalia Wheatley is defending the government's support for the SOCA cruise, insisting that the event delivered substantial economic and promotional value for the Virgin Islands. Premier Dr. Natalia Wheatley has pushed back against criticism from opposition member Myron Walwyn, who described the SOCA cruise as just another party and accused the government of squandering public resources. Wheatley said the event proved to be far more significant, providing a major boost to the Virgin Islands tourism sector and the wider economy.
While the leader of the opposition has termed this as just another party, and government squandering resources, the SOCA cruise confirms that entertainment tourism is a legitimate sector of our tourism industry and can also give an economic boost to the retail and wholesale sectors of our economy. Many vendors were able to benefit.
According to the Premier, the cruise showcased the best of the Virgin Islands, highlighting local culture, creativity, and community spirit. Elements, he says, strengthens the territory's overall tourism product. He added that the exposure and promotion the islands received were well worth the investment. Wheatley offered congratulations to everyone involved in executing the event, from DJs and performers to Junior Tourism Minister Lucehart Smith, volunteers, and stakeholders.
There will always be critics. Nonetheless, we all should congratulate our awesome entertainers, Jugu, Boss, TJ, and Pascal, who are musical ambassadors for the Virgin Islands, electrifying the SOCA cruise, introducing a new demographic to the beauty of Virgin Islands culture. We should congratulate the Honorable Lucehart Smith of the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Sustainable Development, Doc Walters and the events management team at the BVI Tourist Board, and a whole host of volunteers for making excellent preparations for the arrival of our friends from across the waters. We should congratulate our businesses and vendors, including the pub, for seeing the opportunity with the arrival of thousands of enthusiast cruise goers.
According to the Premier, some vendors made thousands of dollars in just a few hours during the event.
We had vendors who made thousands of dollars in a few hours. We also had SOCA cruisers who supported local restaurants, went on tours, and pledged to return to the territory. We must also thank the SOCA team for the marketing opportunity. During the activities, SOCA's Instagram page alone received more than 2 million views. The Virgin Islands was at the center of the SOCA world between the ship's arrival and departure, and the promotion the Virgin Islands received was well worth the money. Lastly, we thank the Virgin Islands public who came out to welcome our visitors, show them hospitality, share in the lifelong memories which were created, and invite them to come back to our shores. Whenever we have visitors, we should always show them our best face and recognize our responsibility as tourism ambassadors. We are presently analyzing the data so we can understand the economic impact of this event. We have surveys being completed by vendors and cruise goers. This will be the approach we will take to any event with significant government sponsorship. In 2026, we will continue to strengthen our tourism sector by enhancing our product with the incredible talents of our artists, musicians, and promoters who are making entertainment tourism possible.
The Premier noted that authorities are currently reviewing data to determine the full economic impact of the cruise. He stressed that this data-driven approach will guide future decisions regarding government-sponsored events. Looking ahead, Wheatley said the territory's tourism sector is expected to continue strengthening in 2026, supported by strategic initiatives and ongoing partnerships that position the Virgin Islands as a premier regional destination. Up next, BVI Finance CEO says markets shifting towards quality, and Jamaica and the wider world mourn the passing of a reggae legend. These and more stories after a word from our sponsors.
Start the year off with more. More speed, more downloading, more savings, and more fire. CCT Fire Fiber Internet gives you the speed you need to keep the whole family connected. Packages starting at $119 with speeds from 300 megabytes per second. Super fast, unlimited downloads, even more reliable connectivity, plus free live streaming TV for the family to enjoy. Sign up for the absolute best fiber internet service in the BVI CCT Fire and pay no installation fee. Plus, get CCT Live TV for free. You deserve more. Get more with CCT. Life Unlimited.
Just give me my service. Yeah. Just give me my service. Just give me my service.
Make the switch to CCT and get connected today. Unlimited talk, text, and data. Visit any CCT store or call us at 444-4444. CCT, Life Unlimited.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, Sonny.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut fun people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man forget you.
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. BVI Finance CEO Elise Donovan says international financial centers are entering a new era of pressure driven by geopolitical tensions, cyber threats, and rising global regulatory demands, arguing that investors are increasingly gravitating towards jurisdictions that offer proven quality, resilience, and long-term stability. With global markets volatile, cyber threats rising, and geopolitical divides deepening, BVI Finance CEO Elise Donovan has described how international financial centers now face a new era of pressure, challenged the myth of a level playing field, and explained why investors and businesses are beginning a clear shift towards jurisdictions that offer genuine quality and long-term reliability. Donovan made these comments as she addressed the audience at the 1841 Foundation Tax Summit in Buenos Aires, speaking on the critical topic, increased pressure on international financial centers, what's new and what's next. Donovan stated that the pressures facing international financial centers, IFCs, have changed significantly in recent years. She noted that instead of dealing with a single regulatory issue at a time, jurisdictions must now contend with an overlapping series of global expectations, from transparency and anti-money laundering standards to rapidly evolving sanctions regimes and cybersecurity risks. The CEO said that maintaining access to global financial markets now requires continuous compliance, constant monitoring, and the capacity to manage sophisticated threats that move fluidly across borders. She pointed out that as regulatory frameworks have expanded, the nature of financial crime has also become more complex. Criminal networks now frequently operate through multi-jurisdictional structures, cyber-enabled schemes, and digital assets. As a result, an IFC's credibility no longer rests solely on its legal frameworks or corporate services, but on its ability to detect, prevent, and respond to these threats in real time. Turning to geopolitics, Donovan described a world that has shifted from broad globalization to the rise of competing economic blocs, trade barriers, and strategic policy making. Donovan noted that IFCs sit at the center of these tensions and must remain open enough to support cross-border investment while also aligning with major international partners. This delicate balance, she said, is becoming increasingly difficult to manage. Looking ahead, the BVI Finance CEO argued that global finance is already moving toward a flight to quality. In her view, the jurisdictions that will thrive are those offering a blend of robust regulation, practical efficacy, strong legal foundations, reliable courts, cyber resilience, and thoughtful innovation. She stressed that being competitive cannot mean relaxing standards, just as strong compliance cannot create unnecessary friction for legitimate investment, adding that jurisdictions that can strike this balance, protecting privacy while ensuring legitimate access, adopting new technologies while maintaining institutional stability, and staying open while withstanding geopolitical shocks, will shape the future of international finance. Citing the British Virgin Islands as an example, Donovan noted that its success has been built over 4 decades through trusted courts, respected regulatory institutions, experienced professionals, and a corporate and legal framework widely used around the world. An IFC is not a product, she said. It is an ecosystem, one that must be built, tested, and refined over time. Meanwhile, Jamaica is mourning the death of reggae legend Jimmy Cliff, the 81-year-old cultural icon whose music and film career helped propel Jamaican culture onto the world stage. Jamaica is in mourning following the death of cultural icon Jimmy Cliff, one of the most influential figures in the history of Jamaican music and a global ambassador for reggae. Cliff, born James Chambers on July 30th, 1944, passed away on Monday at the age of 81. His family confirmed that he passed away in the hospital in the early hours of the morning. Tributes have poured in from across the political and cultural spectrum, reflecting Cliff's enormous impact on music, film, and Jamaica's national identity. Jamaica's Minister for Culture, Gender, Entertainment, and Sport, Olivia Grunge, said Jamaica and the world have lost one of the greatest proponents of Jamaican music. Opposition leader Mark Golding hailed him as a unique talent whose contributions will endure generations. Cliff's musical journey began in the ska era of the 1960s, but it was the 1972 film The Harder They Come in which he starred and contributed several songs that launched him to international stardom. The film became a cultural landmark, introducing reggae to global audiences and cementing Cliff's status as a pioneering voice of Jamaica. His catalog includes timeless hits such as Many Rivers to Cross, The Harder They Come, You Can Get It If You Really Want It, Reggae Night, and his popular rendition of Hakuna Matata. His music carried powerful messages of resistance, justice, and personal empowerment, inspiring listeners worldwide. Cliff played a key role in expanding reggae's global reach, especially in South America, where he became a beloved figure in Brazil. At home, he created unforgettable national moments, most notably his energizing performance at the National Stadium during Jamaica's historic Road to France 1998 World Cup campaign. For his contributions, he received the Order of Merit, Jamaica's third highest national honor. In 2019, the government renamed a major highway in Montego Bay as Jimmy Cliff Boulevard, and in 2021, he was presented with an official Jamaican passport recognizing his status as a reggae ambassador. Across the nation, figures from the government, entertainment, and civil society have expressed gratitude for Cliff's legacy. Minister Grunge said, "He gave so much of his life to delivering music, which resonated in every corner of the globe. Thank you for giving us so much to carry forward into prosperity." Up next, Dakari Wheatley Adams urges youth to see what's possible at any age, and brief clouds may interrupt otherwise fair weather in the Virgin Islands. These stories when To It for News returns.
Life is unpredictable, and when a storm is coming, having a plan can make all the difference.
We need a plan in case of a hurricane. Everyone, let's work together on this.
This is where we go in case if we need to evacuate. This is safe away from flood zones.
I will use this room as our secure space if we have to stay home.
Don't forget to save our local contacts and also our off-island contacts.
Right, and we need to have a plan for our pets too. They can't go to shelters, so we need a safe place for them.
In case we get separated, we should have a meeting spot. How about the community center?
That's good, and we can leave a note there too.
I feel safe knowing we have a plan.
With a plan, you're not just preparing for the worst, you're taking control of the situation. A message from the Department of Disaster Management and 284 Media.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, you enjoy the rest of it then. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, Sonny.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut fun people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you? You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
We mash the gas, them bite the dust. We set the speed while they gathering rust. Inside we hard BVI come first, so please don't be fooled, cause they not like us.
Once we mash the gas, them bite the dust, cause we always fast and we always fuss. If you want real speed, you know who to trust. Somebody better tell them they're not like who? They're not like us. CCT fast, like CCT fast, like CCT just generosity, love the community bad, like CCT fast with the 5G, cause BVI is we.
Just give me my service.
Yeah. Just give me my service.
Just give me my service.
Make the switch to CCT and get connected today. Unlimited talk, text, and data. Visit any CCT store or call us at 444-4444. CCT, Life Unlimited.
Welcome back and thank you for sticking with us. Virgin Islands youth and creative Dakari Wheatley Adams has reflected on his recent presentation at the UK House of Commons Youth Parliament. Dakari's presentation is said to have resonated well with many persons, and his video presentations have been reshared many times. He recently sat in a GIS interview and said he believes the presentation was well received because he spoke from a place of pride and honesty.
I think that the people back home here resonated with it and had a sense of a shared identity when I spoke, because I didn't really try to sound too overly polished or I didn't try to yank. I was just myself and represented the BVI with pride, VA pride.
Indeed, you did. So standing in that space and representing the Virgin Islands on an international platform, what did that moment mean for you in terms of representation and identity, or as you would say, Virgin Islands, right?
It was very powerful. It really was powerful to be at such a place, a historic place, and say, I'm from the Virgin Islands. I'm representing the Virgin Islands. It just means a lot in who we are. You know what I mean? Like, if I had to be honest with you, I was very scared, but it was something that I had to do, and I had to represent my country with pride. Had to.
Dakari is hoping that other young persons would have viewed his participation in the UK Youth Parliament and look at it as a possibility of how far they can reach regardless of their age or background.
There's opportunity for young persons everywhere. I mean, to be honest, I just submitted my application to the UK Youth Parliament, the application process. I had an interview for it, and they said my interview was good, so that's how I got selected in the first place. So I just want to let the young people know that there's opportunity everywhere, and I hope that from my experience up there and through me, you can see that there's also a possibility for all of us, because we are the future.
Indeed. And you mentioned it earlier. As you said, a lot of people know you as a creative. You're into photography, music, advocacy. So how do you think that those areas have influenced you in the sense of leadership and storytelling?
Creativity, it ushers in new perspectives. It allows you to see the art for something that the outside people who are not creative see it. For instance, when I'm behind a camera, I could see different angles, and composing my shots and stuff like that. And I think leadership is kind of similar. It's kind of like a similar parallel. You have to understand people. You have to see people, and you have to then showcase the voices that are often gone unheard. So there is where I would kind of draw the similarity between leadership and creativity.
In weather, stable atmospheric conditions are expected to dominate the territory over the next 24 hours, though shallow patches of low-level clouds may bring brief interruptions. Tonight is expected to remain mostly fair, with only a 10% chance of showers. Winds will blow from the east-northeast at 9 to 17 miles per hour, while seas range from 3 to 6 feet. Sunrise tomorrow is at 6:31 a.m. And that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for updates at 284media.com, like us on Facebook at 284media, and 284BVI on Instagram and X, formerly Twitter. I am Jacques Wooding Donovan, and I will see you again tomorrow. So have yourself a safe and enjoyable evening. Goodbye.